New month, new food, bitch.
What up, playas? New month, new food, guys. It's November, which I don't know. Life update. Yeah, man. Okay, it's enough of that. It's a new month, it's November, the month of Thanksgiving, right, guys? So, we're kind of trying a new food that is more so Thanksgiving based. I'm kind of sticking with, Thanksgiving related. I don't know what word I just said. We're kind of sticking with the theme, the more fall vibes sort of thing, Thanksgiving themed food. You know, last month for October we did apple strudel. This month I thought, you know, what's like kind of a Thanksgiving-y food that I've never tried that, you know, I should try and give it a, you know, give it a go. And look, I know my hair looks crazy right now, but look, I'm gonna cut it. Don't worry. It'll all be back to normal next month. It's all messed up right now, but I also didn't do anything to it today, and normally I do, so don't look too close at my hair. Anyways, I decided on candied yams, if you've ever heard of this item. It's sort of, I guess not every Thanksgiving. I don't think my family's Thanksgiving usually has candied yams. I think it's more of a southern thing, if I'm not wrong, and I think maybe some people like bake it in a casserole dish with the marshmallows on top. I've seen that. The marshmallow seems too much. I have candied yams here. No marshmallows, you might note, just yam. So what is a candied yam? It's kind of, I'm not really that sure, to be honest. It's sort of a, it's a sweet potato, and it looks like and smells like it has like some cinnamon on it, you know, very fall coated thing, and also Thanksgiving because, you know, it's November, right? Thanksgiving is in a few days. If I don't see candied yams on all of your tables, we're gonna have an issue. Yeah, so it smells very sweet. I would say it smells actually a lot like apple strudel. It's mostly just the sweetness and the cinnamon coming through. I'm not smelling too much yamage, but that's okay with me, you know. I'm a little skeptical about this, you know. Again, like another kind of sweet thing, you might think that this is a cop-out, but, you know, last month I talked about how I don't like sweet, or I don't like warm fruit, you know. Warm fruit kind of puts me off a little bit. But I was thinking, as I was, you know, as I was getting this item, you know, I think maybe it's not so much warm fruit as it is warm things that are sweet kind of bother me. But then again, I like coffee with, sometimes I put sugar in coffee, sometimes I don't. I like tea that's sweet. I have tea with me right now. You can see it's in the same mug as last time. It's a nice fall themed mug. This is chai tea with a little bit of honey and a splash of milk. For the people keeping track of what kind of tea I enjoy, if anyone wants to buy me free tea. Okay, so we've kind of covered what this is. It's sort of a southern Thanksgiving fall time side dish, if you will. I guess I should just eat it, right? I'm doing too much yapping and not enough eating, I don't think. So let's take this. You can see it's a nice orange color. I like the color of sweet potatoes, I really do. It's a really lovely orange. Kind of a, auburn? Is auburn correct? Is that a color? Auburn seems like the right word to me, but it's nice and orange and kind of got some brown tones in there too, you know? I'm just gonna eat this now. Let's get a nice sized chunk here. Kind of want a piece with some good cinnamon, but that looks good. Does that look good? Let me know. Anyways. 3, 2, 1. One more. Okay. So right off the bat, I will say, I'm not loving it. But I will say the second bite that I had, something inside my brain started to work. Some kind of gears started turning, right? And I kind of started to understand it a little bit after the second bite. It's not the worst thing in the world, you know. I'm kind of overcoming my fear of the sweet fruit type things. I'll say it's kind of strange because I normally think of sweet potatoes as something that's in a savory thing. You know, you get sweet potato fries, right? At like some hipster millennial burger joint place that will charge you $34 for a burger that's stacked way too high with the side of sweet potatoes. Sweet potato fries. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think on the second bite, I think I got hit less with the sweetness. There was less sweetness, and it was more like just the potato-y and cinnamon flavors coming through, which I did like. I like cinnamon. I love cinnamon as a fall taste, you know, and it worked well with the potato, I would say. The sweetness, I don't know, guys. I just don't know how I feel about, like, fruits or vegetable textures with sweetness that are also warm. I think that's what it is. I can do sweet, hot drinks. I like sweet, hot drinks. Speak of the devil. But I just don't know if I love the texture of fruits and vegetables as sweet things that are warm. I don't think I'm gonna finish this whole thing, but I understand why people like this, if it makes sense. This definitely has to be something that, if this is on my Thanksgiving plate, I am not eating this at the same time as I'm eating the turkey and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and the gravy. It's just not gonna jive well with all those flavors, the savoriness of a Thanksgiving meal. I don't want the sweetness, because this thing is like almost like a dessert. Like, you're not eating, I'm not gonna be eating like brownies at the same time I'm eating turkey. And this has kind of the sweetness of a dessert. I guess that's maybe why people put marshmallows on top. It's not gonna score the highest, but I don't know if it's gonna score the lowest score. Give me a moment to think. I only needed a few seconds, actually, because a number instantly popped into my head, and that number is 6.42 out of 10. I'm gonna lower that, actually, to 5 point... No, that's too mean. I don't think this deserves in the range of 5s. I think it does deserve in the low 6s. 6.32. Nice number, 32. I don't know why that's a nice number, but it is. You know, I guess it gets above the 5 range because it's not bad. I wasn't like throwing up because of it. I would say it's maybe above average on, like, if 5 is the middle, the average, I would say it's above that average in, you know what? No, it's not. It's not. This is just a 5.1. This is a 5.1. No. Shit. No, this is a 6.32. It's a 6.32. I almost lowered it down into the 5s, but I don't think it deserves that. You know, this has its place as a fall-themed thing. I love the cinnamon. It's a little too sweet for me, though. You know I don't do well with sweet things. So that's kind of it, I guess. If you have the chance, if you are out there and your Thanksgiving has candied yams or sweet yams, anything like that, and you've never tried it before, you know, maybe every year you go to your Thanksgiving dinner and you're like, I'm gonna stay away from that. Maybe step out of your comfort zone and try it. That's what I did here today, guys, and it was okay, but maybe you'll love it. That's a possibility that might happen, so you never know until you try, guys. That's kind of all I have today. I'll see you in December, the month of Christmas. Dear Santa and also Jesus Christ, for this Christmas, all that I ask for from you is a nice, beautiful, hand-knit red scarf. A nice classic red scarf. That's all I wish for this Christmas. That's all I want this Christmas. I don't want a PS5. I'm not looking for sugar plums or whatever else. Maybe a toy gun, a nice toy cap gun. That's kind of a classic Christmas song gift. All I want is a nice classic red scarf. Okay, guys, that's all I'm asking is for one of my friends to knit. Look, I could go buy a scarf, you know. I could go buy a scarf, right? It would be cheap, and you know, what is a scarf worth? You know, $20 on Etsy or something. But you know, I like my items to have sort of, I'm a very sentimental person. I like my items to have sentimental value to me, and man, it would be so nice to have a red scarf to wear during the winter, you know, when it gets, the Pittsburgh winter gets cold and, you know, the neck gets chilly. You need a scarf, right, guys? And I just, you know, I want a classic red scarf, and if one of my friends knows how to knit a scarf, or knows anybody who knows how to knit and would like to give me a red scarf, you know, it would mean so much to me this Christmas. I need a classic red scarf, guys. You know, while I'm e-begging my friends for things, I might as well just say, you might remember from maybe a previous video that I made where I begged for buttons, guys, and I did get the buttons eventually, but no thanks to any of you guys. I got them from my mom. Thank you, Beth. And I got the buttons, right? This is the jacket that I was talking about where I was missing buttons because they exploded while I was skating. And what would you know, it happened again, guys. It happened again. So, look, on this sleeve here this time. Well, it was both of them last time, but it's just this sleeve this time. So I really only need one. But I'm missing a button again. Guys, if you're not gonna hand knit me a scarf, which that's first of all, that's number one priority, is that I get a hand knit scarf. But if you're not gonna hand knit me a scarf, for my own, you know, personal warmth in this winter and sentimental value. Um, if you have a button that looks to be around that size and nice brown color, but I'll take anything. Look, guys, send it my way, okay? I know, right? This is the portion where I ask you for things, and then you groan at the video, and then you go, "Why, this guy? I'm doing him the favor of watching his little video, and now he's begging me for things." Look, guys, scarf, button. That's mostly just the scarf. That's all I ask for this Christmas. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, happy November, happy fall time. See you in December.